How's it going, guys? This is Eric with the Open Road Obsession, and behind me here we have an amazing, sleek, sexy Alfa Romeo Tonale Veloce plug-in hybrid EV. I think this thing looks amazing, and we're gonna take you deep into it today. So let's check it out, guys. Come on. So let's check out the front, go around the exterior, check out the engine bay, check out the cargo areas, and then we'll take this thing for a rip. Over here in the front here, you got this big front fascia with all your parking sensors there along the bottom. In the middle here, obviously you got that classic Alfa Romeo grille that everyone knows, and it just looks so Italian. And the very Italian is very sexy and very stylish. We go over here to the side here. We got these Michelin Pilot Sport all seasons on these really nice Giulia Quadrifoglio looking 20-inch rims. Super sexy. Up here you got this little Italian flag inside this mirror, and the cool thing is here, if we press this lock button, we got the power folding mirrors. You know, obviously we got the lock, unlock, the automatic doors, but we click that there, they fold in. Looks really nice. Come alongside here, we got the Veloce badge over here, because this is a Veloce trim. Looks really sweet. Basically a plug port on the left side here, and on the passenger side you have your fuel port. So you can unlock this from the inside for your gas port, but in here you have your charging port right here for both a 120 and a 240 outlet there. As we hop around the back here, it's clearly inspired by Italians, because this looks super sexy, especially when the illumination of all of these LEDs across the taillights light up. One really cool thing about this plug-in hybrid is that you actually have exhaust pipes popping through the bottom, but if you get the non-hybrid, they're not popping through. Kind of interesting, eh? Let's pop this thing open and check out the cargo. Down here, just to the right of the camera here, click a little button in there, right? She'll pop open. I know what you're thinking. Nice, that was a nice clean entry. You got 22.6 cubic feet of space back here. If you put the second row down there, you got 50 cubic feet of space. No slouch. This thing might look small from the outside, but it's quite spacious, everybody. Down here, we got some cargo straps over here. Little hooks there, you can strap your stuff. You got one back here as well. On each side, you get a 12 volt, and then also coming with the car, since it's a plug-in hybrid, you have an Alfa Romeo 120 volt plug. You got a little bit of storage there, and just some tools and a tow hook. Really nice there. All right, let's take a look under the hood. Come on over here. There's one really cool thing that I've seen here. If you look under here, there's a little yellow latch, which I actually haven't seen before, but this is gonna make it very easy to open it, because I can tell by this latch, push it to the left and she opens up. Ain't that nice? Really big, huge engine. A 1.3 liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. But since this is a hybrid, it comes with a 90 kilowatt electric motor and a 15.5 kilowatt per hour lithium ion battery. So if you have this thing plugged into 120 volt power, it's gonna take typically overnight amount of time, about 8 hours. But if you have this plugged in to a 240 volt outlet, it's gonna take about 2.5 hours to charge from empty with a zero charge. So that's pretty significant, and you can expect about a 30 mile or a 55 kilometer range on just electric. All right, guys, so here we are inside the Tonale Veloce plug-in hybrid EV. Clearly very Italian. You got Alfa Romeo. It just looks really significant. It looks like it's an Alfa. It looks high quality. It feels high quality. You got really nice soft touch materials against the doors and on the seats. Very well bolstered seats. And one of the most significant things out there, you have an Italian flag here to know where this vehicle was built. Over there in Italy. Steering wheel. Very sleek, very sexy, well bolstered, flat bottomed. Paddle shifter, very good. Over here in the middle, you got your climate control system. Very nice, very easily to use. You know, you got your up, you got your down, you got your defrost, your AC, everything's there. You have over here, you have your drive mode selection, dynamic, normal, and then just a automatic electric here. And in the middle there's a button here to control your hard or your soft dampening. Down here, inside this crevice, you have a wireless phone charger, a USB and a USB-C, as well as a 12 volt. We have our gear mode selection here, obviously typical automatic there. You have your volume control here for the radio, right here, very conveniently located. You have your parking brake right here. You got your parking sensors off button over here, as well as your e-save. So e-save is basically if you're on the highway. Obviously, if you're on the highway, hybrids aren't very good with fuel economy. So this right here will save your battery charging and save your battery power for when you're in the city, when you can use it most. Down beneath that, we have 2 cup holders, and then we got a decent chunk of space here in the center console. Really decent. And aside this amazing infotainment screen and this tack here and all of this nice space and nice controls, you also have a mandatory sunroof here. So no matter what Tonale trim you're gonna get either a sunroof or a panoramic roof. You know, where all the fun happens, that's in the back. I got this set up here that I'm very comfortable here at about 5'8", someone about 6 foot, very comfortable as well. Sweet, great. Now let's take a hop in the back and check out the real beefy, amazing, fun aspect of this car. Come on, get over here. Hurry up, come on. So I'm gonna hop in over here, all right? And we're gonna check this out. Come on. All right, here I am, scooching in here in the middle. Very comfortable, very tushy on the bum. Got plenty of space here. This here, yeah, I can say I can very happily just kind of recline here. Oh yeah, just wanna sleep. I could just literally just kick back here and relax if we're on a long road trip. Very comfortable, very well bolstered seats here. You got a lot of cushion. You got that perforation throughout that leather. It just looks amazing. You got your child seat hooks all in here for each. You can fit 3 baby seats back here. Plenty of space. Headroom, you know I'm about 5'8" here. It's safe to say if you're about 6 foot, you're gonna have to add a little bit of a slouch if you're about 6 foot. But for me, I'm pretty good. I'm very comfortable. Seats are really nice. You got some nice little storage pockets in the back of the seats here. Really good. You got your climate control here. Now you can't control how the air comes out. I mean, you can control how the air comes out, but you can't control with temperature or anything like that. But that's fine. You can control the angle of it and if it hits you or not, and if you wanna close it up there, all good. Got a USB and a USB-C here. Sweet, that's great. So that's it, guys. This back seat is great. It's exactly what you would expect for a Tonale. You want something with some more space, you hop up to that Stelvio. You want something with a little bit more luxury, you hop up into that Grecale or that Levante, you know, the Levante. But for now, we're looking at the Tonale. So this is where you're gonna go if you wanna move up from that 4-door, that Giulia, and you wanna step into that Tonale. This is gonna be the great option if you don't need too much of the behind their second row seats. So that's it, guys. Enough of looking through all this technology. We're gonna take this thing for a rip. Come on. All right, folks, so here we are. We're gonna go on our onboard drive. Now we're gonna start out in electric mode, which is the A here on your power selector here. You also have normal and dynamic mode, and then in the middle of this button here, you have your hard, your stiff, or your soft dampening. So we're gonna start here in electric mode. You can see there's no engine sound. As you go over to normal and dynamic, you hear the engine kind of come to life. So that's cool, right? So we're gonna go back to our electric mode, and we're just gonna start here. So we'll throw this thing in drive and go for it. We're gonna turn on our AC a little here because it's very hot, and we're gonna go for it. All right, so typically right now we're in automatic mode. We're not using the paddle shifters, the Triptronic, anything like that. Just straight up electric mode. And as we go, we have a decent amount of speed here as well. You actually do 0 to 60, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 6 seconds. So it's decently quick, especially with the hybrid engine system. It's really nice. You got that electric motor there that adds a lot of torque, you know, being 347 pound-foot of torque. So as we drive here in our electric mode, we have regenerative braking. So as you brake, the battery will continue to charge, but it's nice to have that option just to go strictly electric mode. Now, if you go into normal mode, it's gonna have a mix of the hybrid system as well as the combustion engine system, which is really nice. Now we have some decent power here in our electric mode. Let's throw this thing over into normal mode. So now we're using a bit of electric and we're using a bit of the combustion engine. And also we have a little bit more speed. You can hear that engine kind of kick on there. Really nice. Good power. It's actually surprisingly powerful for just having a 1.3 liter inline 4 turbo engine. This car right here definitely got a good amount of power. If you want a little bit more power, you're gonna have to go into that Stelvio. But if you want something just a little bit up from, a little bit more power from that Giulia, you want to get into your first Italian hybrid EV kind of system, then this is a great option. If you want something a little bit more space, then you can go for that Grecale. But this is decent and does a very good job on it, and it looks exactly what you would want in an Italian car. Now, when you go into dynamic mode, we're obviously having automatic automatically here our stiffened suspension or suspension light comes on, and it's automatically going to be stiffened. This is more of your powerful setting. You can see once we're in dynamic mode, it automatically just introduces more power. Automatically, this is by far the most powerful setting here on the drive mode selection here. Really nice. And obviously you have these big, huge paddles here. You're gonna wanna use them. So we're gonna throw this thing over into manual mode and play with those, see what the shifting responsiveness is like. So we're gonna shift this over by lifting the gear to the left here, and now we're in manual mode. And if you look here on the tack here, you'll have M5 just to the left of your RPM gauge. So we're in gear 5. Now we can use the paddle shifters. We're gonna go down here. Nice responsive paddles here. Good amount of power. Very nice. Got some really strong braking here. Now it's not obviously a very heavy vehicle. Obviously got some weight to it, especially having that hybrid system. It's got that battery in there. It's gonna need that good quality braking. You know, the open road is kind of where you can let all cars kind of just unleash, you know, where the driver in the car can just kind of let loose and go fucking woohoo! We're in manual mode now. We're making a turn here, and actually a lot of power for being a 1.3 liter. It's actually really surprising. Really nice power, nice responsiveness. I gotta say, it's quite impressive. So it'll definitely come in and kick in the transmission to shift when it thinks is the best possible. So if you're expecting to buy this and have, you know, kind of leniency and you really want to just rev this thing out, it's obviously not going to be, it's not tailored to be a performance car. This is obviously a hybrid EV. You're going to be using this if you want to save money on fuel, stuff like that. So if you want to have some fun, you will be able to with your manual selection there. It's definitely a spirited, confidence-inspiring drive, but you're not going to be able to rev this thing. All right, guys, and that concludes this video of the 2024 Tonale Veloce. Huge thanks to Maserati and Alfa Romeo of London, Ontario, Canada for letting us take you guys on a deep dive of this really cool, sleek, sexy Italian car. If you're on the market for this one, you can pick it up for just under 59K Canadian dollar here at the Maserati and Alfa dealer here in London, Ontario, Canada. That said, guys, like this video, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Have a good week.